shave fans, shaving cadre fans, type 2 diabetes rescued by keto fans, and super curve honing fans. Bill here, gonna do a endurance shave. It's Sunday, February the 19th, and I'm continuing on with this Williams thing that we've got going on at the cadre, where you start off with a puck of Williams and you use it till it's gone. That's where I am. Okay, the shaving cadre. This is the first time I've used Williams, and thanks to shaving cadre, what would Spider do? Well, what Spider's doing is he's going to see how long can he make one puck of Williams last. And the way I'm going with this, that would be like just a really long time. This is about 9 shaves with this particular puck of soap for me. I'm using the Omega brush that I've been using. I'm kind of sticking with it and clanking around. And I really hate this clanking stuff. Anyhow, 9 shaves with this. It's going along. It does follow through with a principle that I learned early in when I took up shaving, and that principle, one of those principles, is that when you're wanting to learn to do something or use something new or whatever, try and stick with it, because while I'll do this video and I'll be shaving for a half hour or something like that, okay, the actual time of what I do it is, like I'm mixing up the soap, how to use this soap. I'm mixing this up. How does this few minutes on a repeated basis extend out? I am wearing my shaving cadre, the vintage official shave shirt, and with the excess lather storage, which the fighting over Williams and how much, whether there's excess lather or fading lather, it's like, okay. I'm doing this because it's fun. I probably would not ordinarily use this soap. I find it slick. It does have that reputation. But what I find, compared to the soaps, I usually like tallow soaps, but what I find, my opinion, is that this does not hold, it is slick, but it does not seem to hold the moisture quite the way I would like it to be. But I'm going through it. I'm learning, and so the on the Williams Endurance Challenge, the idea is that for me, is that I use this, I learn to use this, and it's supposed to get, one puck could probably go about 30 shaves. I'm trying to use it heavy. I don't know if I'm going to go 30 or not. I don't think I'm 2/3 done. I think this could be something that lasts a lot longer than I wanted to, but I'm going to stick with it. Because one of the things I find is doing something that you find, learning to do something that you find a little bit more difficult, makes things that you like better or find a little bit easier to be that much more easier, if that makes any sense. Okay, so the razor I'm using is going to be the same one I've been using. I'm still in the same thing. The Thiers Issard 7/8, no special markings on it, but it does have pretty ram's horn scales. I do like this razor. And being new to shaving around here and trying to learn that particular skill and fine tune my technique, I probably should have picked something a little smaller, because this is, the mustache is where I'm challenged with it and learning. And I've been playing with some different things as I go along on it. And while I'm thinking of it, 9 shaves on this. It's been written that I get only 6 to 10 shaves, and then I have to go back to the homes, which is a complete lie. That you usually hear these lies out of Idaho. One of the other things, and I've been doing some research this week. One of the other BS things that came out was that my method of honing, which I call super curve, using a convex hone, was never done. It's a modern thing, and it was never done. And everybody used whatever methods were for 300 years, which is really, really a lie, because I found this. Okay, this is a convex hone from this guy. Okay, there's instructions. And this was patented under a patent in 1843. Okay, and I'm looking because I've only ever seen one of these, and I saw this, and I got it actually very, very inexpensive. And you can see that it has quite a curve on it, and has 4 different sides on there, and has a little paste reservoir in the end. And I did a video. You can find my video on this where I talked about it. But I was looking around trying to find what happened to the fellow whose name is on here, F.J. Ordway from Cambridgeport, Mass., and trying to find out if I could find any history there. Well, I did find who I believe is the holder of the patent, a William Boardman, and I also put the patent on the video where I talked about this. And it appears that guy, while he got this patent in January of 1843, he died, according to what I'm saying, who I think is him, in about, I think it was 1851. So because I wondered, this was supposedly marketed for manufactured for the Navy and Army. Okay, and I thought, well, I forget who it was. There was an old quote about somebody, saying that, from that era when straight razors were the only tool that was available to shave with, that one of the best things you could teach a young man is how to use and properly maintain a straight razor. And if you were military, you would carry a straight razor, and you would not want to carry a lot of something. There's a lot of things like this where this is something goes in your pack or whatever, and that would be all you need to, you're deployed or whatever they called it at the time. But certainly if you were Navy and you were out to sea, you would not have all the conveniences of home. But I just can't find anything on this F.J. Ordway. I did find the William Boardman. Like I said, I believe that the holder of that patent passed away in 1851. I think I found it was, but I didn't find it. And then I wondered, well, how did this piece wind up in an antique store in Vermont? Okay, so I'm looking through everything I could find, and largely coming up without a whole lot of. Here I am trying to get moisture, and there's the complaint about the dissipating suds factor, and this is legit. And I'm keeping this really, really wet because that's what I like. Anyhow, on that particular razor hone, I'm looking. I don't know that I'll be able to necessarily find anything on that. So on the subject of how many shaves you should get out of a sharpening of a razor, honing or whatever, I think I did a test once. I think I got to like 30 and I got bored with it, because it's like I just didn't want to continue on, because it is my opinion that every shave there's a small change in the edge, and it does not, it's a progressive degradation that happens. What it becomes in my mind is your tolerance for how much of that. And if you've gone to the expense and taken the time to get the gear and learn how to sharpen your own razors, which I think everybody should. So, that looks pretty clean after one pass. So, that guy in Idaho that says that I only get 6 shaves, should you believe anything he says? This is working pretty good for me. I mean, I know guys that hone up gold dollars and they say they go 100 shaves. Well, if you know how to hone a razor, why would you not want the highest performing edge on a regular basis? I just don't understand. It doesn't take that long to do the maintenance. Speaking of which, maintenance, I do some maintenance, and the tools that I use to do the maintenance. And I was supposed to yesterday. Here I am. I forgot the stash again. I ordered some more balsa blocks that I make these drops and stuff out of. And they were supposed to be here yesterday. If you are kind of doing that, and you need a 1-off or a 2-off piece or something like that, I got other videos where I talk about how I do that. But I've purchased before, and I'm doing it again because this one particular, like this one here has a CBN emulsion on top of it. This is curved. Long dimension jarred plate that way, short dimension jarred plate this way. You sand it up and get it to a fine grit of sandpaper, and use a tack cloth to take the stuff off of it, and then apply the thing. The next thing was the curvy kind of things, which I was pretty amazed finding this after, but this is where I put a piece of leather on it and keep on that curve, and that's what I maintain with. So pretty much after every shave, and I know there is the theory that you should not strop after you shave. I hit it with this lightly, figuring I'm going to clean any residual soap that may be there that I didn't get with towels or Kleenex or whatever I use to clean the razor off in the water. Maybe just to brush that off. And then I hit it with the 10th micron CBN abrasive, and then another before the shave. And I don't spend a whole lot of time. I don't count. If you ask me, well, how many, I'm going to say maybe 30 rounds each, on each of those tools. But anyhow, I think today, those things I ordered are supposed to be in. I was hoping to shape them, get them yesterday and shape them, a couple of them, and that didn't happen. So, speaking of which, today is the day where we do the every other week cadre Zoom call, where it's kind of like a gathering of friends and we talk about numerous different subjects. It's always a lot of fun. It becomes a thing where you are getting to know people. And be friendly with them. Looks like I've got a little dig there. That's a spot that's always been for me. I got a little careless with it. It's where the facial hair, that was the line that I used. And I just got to be a little bit more careful now that I'm shaving all that to stretch a little bit. Make sure I keep my razor angle shallow enough. And I'm a little slow around there. I think I'm getting better at it. which is the whole idea. So another thing, while I was doing my research and waiting for getting information, trying to find information and doing searches, one of the other things that I thought about on that 1840s patent, 1843 patent convex hone and combination razor strop, was that why is it that I've only been able to find one? Okay, and as I thought about that, I all you can really do is have a theory about that. I'm sure that the detractors, my detractors, who can't stand what I do, is and that there's any evidence that it ever happened long before they were ever born, and any of us were ever born, was the patent. When you read the patent, it talks about the use of a paint type coating on a piece of steel on the curvature that is has an abrasive mixed into it, and I thought about that, and I don't know what that is, okay, but I'm sure it's nothing like what we kind of have today is and used for sharpening razors. But if it was some sort of a paint type thing with abrasive mixed in, where you have a resinous binder and you mix an abrasive in there, in my mind, that would certainly be something that I would think would be likely to wear. Okay, and so then if you're a sailor or you're in the Army and you're carrying a piece like that, and you're deployed for however long, let's suppose you were military, Civil War. So some of these guys went away and never came home, and other ones, they went away and it was a couple years before they came back, because they just stayed out, and we had this conflict going on. So a couple of years would and actually the patent talks about some sort of a paste type slurry that would be applied each and every time, rather than a paint type stuff with a curing or drying agent in there. So if you bought one of those things or had one made, and then you paint the stuff on, and then it goes, and what are you going to do? Mix up your own paint? You're not going to do that out in the field. That would be my most likely thought as to what actually happened, why it never really took off. And I'm pretty sure that I'll never be able to find out technically why that product never really went anywhere. And it could have been that the developer of the manufacturer of that particular product could have gone away in the Civil War, and he could have been killed. And maybe that was one that one of his ancestors had and moved to Vermont or whatever, and that's how it went up there, and it was sitting in some junk pile for 150, 200 years or 175 years. So that's my guess is what may have happened to that. Why they're just, as far as I know, that could be the only one that still survived, and it's in remarkable shape, I guess, considered. But it has been used. So it's not like it's new old stock. It would be nice to find one that's never been used. But why would anybody buy one of those? See, I imagine something like that would not have been an inexpensive, cheap piece to buy. I imagine if you bought one or were gifted one, you'd use it. So I brought my DX in the bathroom with me. I didn't bring my album, which I'll have to go get. I brought my DX and it's sitting right there. I wanted to see how well I'm doing in my progress on the mustache. I kind of like the progress I'm making. I got sting where I got these little digs that I knew that I got because of here and here, where I got sloppy. But other than that, it's a nice feel. But I brought the DX to see how does that do, being my opinion. Feather blade with low number of uses. It's a Feather Pro Super. How does that do in that against the grain going up? And I'm pretty happy with what I've done, and I've gotten a lot of help from a number of people. And I think one of the things that I learned through that was that to do that against the grain. Sometimes it helps if you don't do it every day, okay? And sometimes it helps to make sure you get the with the grain work done sufficiently enough so that there's not much there. Witch hazel, Stirling, orange chill, I like it. Witch hazel, aloe. Has a deeper orange scent than what you would find in the Lucky Tiger, but those citrus orangey things are fleeting. And for the aftershave, Stirling, Piacenza. I think I'm I don't know if I got a backup on this or whether I need to order one. I got some of the other Italian citrus type copies that are available on the market. So if I run out of this one, you know, sometimes I do use them interchangeably. And good shave. Okay. Do visit theshavingcadre.com. Bill M, that's me. Max Headroom is my avatar, has been that for, and I'm doing, just doing my hand. Sometimes I'll do I've done the terry cloth thing. If you have not tried this particular aftershave treatment of using of talc, I only use talc. There's loads of people that use the cornstarch versions of powder. I'm unable to really give any kind of a comparison. I just have always liked talc because it almost is like a smooth lubricating thing, so you know, and it has a drying effect. And cornstarch may do the very same thing. A little bit of Picenza EDT from Stirling. So that smelled good for myself. So that's the shave. Good shave, a little over 30 minutes in, which is getting better, especially doing the extra shaving portion of stuff. So thanks for tuning in, gang. I do wish you all well. And I'm still working on, I promised that I was going to do a super curve honing series. It'll be all about uninhibited honing in the super curve way, and I'm working on it. I'm writing a script on it, and I'm trying to keep that concise and not do like I do when I'm shaving here and rattling, going on and on and on. So this is Bill out for approaching the end of February. Shave number 9 with Williams. Man, this is going to go a long time, and the Thiers Issard, beautiful shave piece. You know, could be a beautiful shave piece. Got it from the Superior Shave. So everybody be well. Take care. Bye.